Hey. Hi. Okay. Wow. We're really doing this. Welcome to Off the Moose Tracks. I'm Jessi, and before we go any further, I feel like I should be honest with you right up front, because pretending otherwise would be wildly out of character for me. The truth is, I do not have a master plan. I don't have a brand strategy here. I don't even have a perfectly mapped out vision. I don't think I even have a consistent sleep schedule, which is honestly exactly why I started a podcast. Because when life starts feeling a little off the trail, the most reasonable response is obviously to grab a microphone and talk into the void, right? That's normal behavior, very grounded, very stable, very on par for Jessi. This podcast exists because I kept having conversations in my head. I know, big shocker. It's the shower conversations, the car conversations, the conversations you replay later and think, wow, I absolutely nailed that response. 6 hours too late. It's the 2:17 a.m. staring at the ceiling conversations where your brain suddenly decides now is the perfect time to unpack your entire life. So instead of journaling like a calm, regulated person, I did this. So, Off the Moose Tracks is a solo podcast about real life. And before you say anything, I know there's so many podcasts like this, but this is not the curated version. It's not the everything happens for a reason and now I'm healed version. It's not the after photo where everything makes sense. This podcast is the middle, the messy parts, the funny parts, the parts no one really prepares you for, but everyone somehow expects you to handle quietly, gracefully, and preferably without making anybody uncomfortable. It's about being strong and tired at the same time, about holding it together all day and falling apart in your car for exactly 4 minutes before your next obligation. It's about laughing because crying feels like too much work. And because, frankly, mascara is expensive. And if you know, you know. It's about figuring things out when you're already in the middle of them. Not after, not once you've processed it, but right there in the thick of it. So, if you're here looking for a step-by-step plan, I don't have one. If you're here for self-help guru energy, also, no. I don't have a vision board. I don't wake up at 5 a.m. to manifest abundance. And if someone tells me to just be positive, I will absolutely need a moment. But if you're here because you feel like you're doing your best without a trail map, welcome. You're exactly who this is for. Because life doesn't stay on trail. Eventually, something pulls you off course. Sometimes you didn't choose it. Life happened, someone left, something ended, something broke. And sometimes you did choose it. You walked away, you changed direction, you chose yourself, even though it was scary, even though it meant disappointing people, and even though you weren't totally sure what came next. Either way, you're still moving forward. And being off the trail doesn't mean you're lost. Sometimes it just means you're finding a different way. This podcast exists because I didn't wake up one day ready. I didn't wake up confident or healed or even sure, but I did wake up with things to say. I'm 40 and I do not have it all figured out. And for a long time, I thought that meant I was behind, that I missed something, that everyone else got the instructions that I somehow didn't. But I finally realized that's not a failure. That's just real life. This isn't about arriving, it's about living. This podcast is for the people that are tired but strong. The I've got it people. The holding it together with coffee, sarcasm, and the quiet internal scream. The people who show up. The people who handle things. who keep going even when they're exhausted, overwhelmed, and very much winging it. This is not self-help guru energy. This is not toxic positivity. This is not a 5-step fix. This is just honest conversation, the kind you usually only have after saying "I'm fine" 6 times. This is humor as survival, because sometimes laughing is the only thing keeping you upright. This is permission to be unfinished, to be in progress, to not know the ending yet. This is real life, mid-thought, mid-mess, still showing up. There is no trail map here. There is no perfect route, and no guarantee you won't get lost once or twice. Just real life. So thanks for walking it with me. Welcome to Off the Moose Tracks.